Well, we've been in sort of a holding pattern when it comes to news about the I-5 bridge replacement project between Portland and Vancouver. But we got a bit of a surprise earlier this week, courtesy of Vancouver's mayor. The flimsy timeline for the IBR project, as it's called, could be getting pushed back. Let's explain. The word of the year so far with this project is delay. A new cost estimate was pushed to later this year, the start of tolling on the current bridge delayed to 2027, and so on. The one thing that has not been officially delayed is the start of construction, which is still planned for next year. But before that can happen, the project has to finish the environmental review process and receive what's called a record of decision, or ROD, basically final federal approval. At one time, that was expected to happen around now. But that also got delayed because the feds needed more time to sort through 10,000 comments from the project's public feedback period. So the new expectation was that the review would be finished by the end of this year, with the ROD, the green light to put shovels in the ground, coming early next year. But now, even that is coming into question.
I'm in Washington, D.C. right now, and it is not the IBR that is holding this project up right now. As everyone is aware, those 10,000 comments on the draft supplemental EIS are being handled in Vancouver, but the project is being handled here in Washington, D.C. with delays. So each time the project meets a deadline, the goalposts change a bit.
The mayor's comments came at the tail end of a CTRAN board meeting Tuesday night. She sounded a little bit frustrated, but she didn't stop there.
The record of decision was due yesterday. The federal government has postponed it. We won't have it for Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas. We thought maybe January. And now a new department at the federal government would like to review the over 7,000 pages of documents, so looking for specific words. They have added on to that. They have moved the goalposts again, and now it may not be until April.
So instead of being done in the coming weeks as initially expected, that federal decision may not come until next spring. Now, this is all happening against the backdrop of the Trump administration, which has gone out of its way to purge and defund anything it deems to be, quote, woke or DEI, including some transportation projects like the Rose Quarter project in Portland. IBR seems to have been avoided being tripped up by those policy changes so far. All of its federal grants are still intact. But given the circumstances, the mayor's word choice about a new federal department reviewing the documents, looking for specific words, well, that caught our attention. Is it potentially DOJ looking for DEI elements of the bridge plan? We don't know if that's what's going on here. For all we know, it could be something much more benign, like a different DOT office raising engineering concerns. We reached out to the mayor to ask for clarification, but we haven't heard back. We also asked the bridge team about the mayor's comments, and so far, no response there either. But at the very least, it seems safe to say the federal review process is not going smoothly or quickly.
So the IBR do not have a final design. Therefore, the IBR does not have a final project for any high-capacity transit. And until the federal government gives them the okay, the ROD, the record of decision, we won't know what that is, and neither will IBR. So we are here talking to the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Federal Highway, the Federal Transit, all of them, so that we can push this project forward and get some answers.